So the whole world is a stage, and everyone is performing, playing their own roles. Some are good actors, some are bad, some are villains, some are heroes. But me and you, we are just the part of the crowd, of course. We are watching from the sideways, clapping sometimes we are crying, we are happy, and sometimes we are confused, or maybe a lot of more times. There's a lot of chaos, of course, for this stage show that is happening around the world. And who is paying most of the price for it? Of course, me and you. We are paying the price. So while we are busy watching the news or scrolling through the social media, there are powerful people who are sitting behind the offices under the AC or maybe under the bunkers making decisions about war, peace, and profit, of course. And sadly, war has now become more about profit and less about people, about liberation, about freedom, or anything good for that matter. So the world is acting, and the war is the grand show. Now, you may think that wars happen because of problems between countries, people, community, genders, or to protect their democracy, they shout. But today, wars are more like planned shows, more or less like reality shows. Wars are used by powerful companies and politicians to make huge money. If you didn't know that, big defense companies sell more weapons, and governments, they get more control, they get more power. So every time an explosion happens somewhere, someone's bank account is growing. In the olden times, soldiers fought with courage for their countries. Today, it's machines, drones, and softwares. New technology is tested during wars, every single time, in every war. Nowadays, in real life, in front of our eyes, in real time, on real people. Ukraine war, it's not just a fight, it's also a live testing ground for a lot of technology weapons. Weapons are tested, they are shown off, and then they are sold to the market. The other countries. And of course, we all know who is the maximum weapon producer or manufacturer in the whole world. The big USA, the Russia, the China. Nowadays, even India is producing or manufacturing weapons. So it's not just a war zone, it's a showroom now. So the wars have always been there. Since ancient times, people are fighting. But since last 100 years, modern warfare has changed. You can take the example of World War I, World War II. Nuclear weapons were made, weapons of mass destruction were made. A lot of things happened since last 100 years. Especially after World War II, America became a superpower not just by winning, but by helping to rebuild other countries and by selling weapons. To rebuild their countries by selling them weapons. Yes, there were several companies and individuals like Rockefeller, Boeing, who were putting their money in war in World War II so that they can make most out of it. Even in the Middle East and Africa, wars keep happening, continuously keep happening, and they create a lot of chaos. But also they make huge profits for the ones who are sitting on the top, manufacturing weapons, and for certain few nations, of course, who are involved through proxy wars or through some other state of war by making a civil war chaos or by any means. They are indulged by every mean to create a war and then a profit out of it. And today, Ukraine is in the middle of the same game, losing lives while other countries are making deals. Deals, yeah. And today, specifically, war is not just about the missiles, it is about the money. Of course. Now, we all know recently Mr. President, Mr. Trump has started using tariffs, extra charges on foreign goods, extra taxes for a lot of countries, even India, China is most affected, just to protect America's business, just to make America proud again, Okay, but instead of fighting back, other countries started doing the same thing. I wonder why and how. So now it's not just war, it's a global trade war. I don't know if they were all connected and they had planned for this. Prices are rising, inflation is increasing, and at the end, common people like me and you will suffer the most. It sounds like a full-fledged plan, wherein before the lockdown everything was fine, but after the lockdown suddenly maybe America lost money, some big countries lost a lot of money, and they created a lot of this war just to put some more oil in the inflation fire and to fill their pockets. So is this a plan or just a big mess? Confusing, right? So if every country is increasing tariffs, if every government is buying weapons, if everyone is preparing for war, then is this a mistake or is this a plan? You decide. Maybe the real idea is keep people scared, keep the markets busy, let them be in chaos, let them be in confusion. Of course, they should not be questioning the government and keep earning money out of them quietly. Because in fear, people don't ask questions, remember? They don't protest, they don't unite, they just follow because they are scared. Okay, so you might ask this question now that if war is just a business deal, why not solve it with talks and diplomacy? Why killing of people? Why harming the resources? Why harming anyone for that matter? Because peace doesn't give contracts. Peace doesn't give or win elections. And peace doesn't give power and control. Sadly, war gives it all. So, who is the real enemy? Think about it. Who are we really fighting? Other countries? Our own problems are huge. Common man problems like unemployment, poverty, bad healthcare, bad infrastructure, bad people, uncivilized people who harass someone every single day. Women are not safe. And corruption, talk about it. Keep on going. There is a list of things, but instead of fixing all these issues, many governments are spending more and more on weapons. And with every deal, corruption increases. I'm sure you've heard about a lot of cases. Bofor's case, Top case, this case. And if there are no enemies left, maybe one day they will tell us that aliens are coming, bro. Get ready. Get your weapons ready. They have been showing us a lot of movies till date that, yeah, aliens are coming. We are making weapons for them just to sell more weapons. Bioweapons are now generated. And of course, cyber attacks now, new things. Yeah, also we are scared of the Terminator-like AI robots who might even kill us in the future. So the war is inevitable. It's increasing its pace with technology and it's growing every single day. Wars have evolved from surveillance of countries to surveillance of people, individuals, into their phones. Yes, ideology propagandas are being circulated as a form of war. These are all measures of war. There are a lot of things happening through the technology as the technology is advancing. The wars are becoming easier. There are a lot of means to manipulate people and make them extreme. Yes, they go radical, they go extreme, and of course they will create wars. So the brainwashing is also happening through the technology. And this pace, the speed, the rapid speed of it, it's of course very scary. So before supporting any war next time, or any ideology, any attacks, or any destruction, or anyone for that matter who is creating a war or a ruckus, please ask yourself who is really benefiting from it, who is becoming rich out of that, and who is losing their homes, their future, and sometimes even their lives. Yes, we need to ask these questions to ourselves. So what's the future like? What is there for our generation, next generation? Because we are answerable to our future generations. Of course, we don't want them to live in a Mad Max kind of a world wherein they are fighting each other, fighting for resources, even for the water, but they have weapons. Yeah, of course. We may not be able to stop the war, but yeah, we can start asking the questions, the right questions. We can start respecting each other, whether we are from any creed, any gender, any community, any caste, any religion. We should stop fighting with each other, which we don't. Which we generally don't. The common man is usually busy earning their own bread and butter. But the governments and the big shots are always busy creating war amongst us, amongst the common people, to make huge profits out of it. But yes, we have to say no to this. We have to say yes to peace at some point of time. Remember, if war is business, then peace is the only protest left. So peacefully, I would say thank you for watching this video. Hope you liked it. Please make sure to like and subscribe the channel if you haven't yet. And spread the video if you can. Spread the peace, spread the word.